California is arguably the best US state for theme parks. From north to south, there is something for all interests here. Whether you're looking for immersive experiences in Disney and Universal parks or thrilling coasters at Six Flags and Cedar Fair parks, California really has it all. In this video, I'll be ranking the top 15 theme parks I've been to in California, which, spoiler alert, is virtually all of them. Because I happen to live in San Diego, I have easy access to the vast majority of parks in the state. Thus, not only have I gotten around to the state's industry giants, but I've also been able to get around to some smaller parks that few coaster enthusiasts have experienced. With that being said, go drop a comment right now how you'd rank the parks here in California. Also, if you could do me the favor of liking the video and subscribing real quick, that would be greatly appreciated. But now, I hope you guys enjoyed the list. These are the top 15 theme parks in California. Number 15 is Adventure City in Anaheim. Our first park on the list is this small children's park that's actually located just down the road from Knott's Berry Farm. While it is absolutely tiny in size, it packs in some adorable theming and some decent rides. Roller coaster enthusiasts will be attracted by Rewind Racers, a rare family shuttle coaster that's actually a lot of fun. Otherwise, there isn't much of a reason for my age group to visit, but if you've never been here before, the 2 credits and especially Rewind Racer should definitely make it worth it. Number 14, Pacific Park in Santa Monica. The first of 3 seaside parks to make the list is the only one to be featured on a legitimate boardwalk. Unfortunately, the ride offerings at this park are lackluster relative to similar parks, but the kinetic atmosphere is something I always appreciate, and there is a roller coaster here too. The ride in question is the world-famous West Coaster, which is a very tame family coaster but gives breathtaking views of the ocean. If you're in the LA area, I'd say it's worth coming if you've never been, but to be honest, it's not the kind of place that you've got to come back to year after year. Number 13, Belmont Park in San Diego. Located an hour and a half down the Southern California coast, is a boardwalk park with a similar atmosphere as Pacific Park, but a superior ride lineup. Belmont Park has some pretty good flat rides, like the super unique Octotron, Control Freak, and Beach Blaster. Otherwise, coaster enthusiasts like to come here for the vintage 1925 wooden coaster Giant Dipper. That, and because the park is really close to SeaWorld, making it an easy place to hit after spending a day there. Like many boardwalk parks, this one is very small in size, but I appreciate its offerings and ride selection crammed into a tight space. Number 12, Castle Park in Riverside. Arguably Palace Entertainment's smallest amusement park was a new stop for me when I visited earlier this year. For being located so close to home, I was surprised by how solid this place was. They only have 2 roller coasters, but the most prominent being an extremely rare variation of a wild mouse known as Screamin' Demon. But otherwise, they have some pretty good flat rides, like an S&S Shot Tower, Larson Flying Scooters, Larson Super Loop, and a well-received dark ride that was unfortunately closed. But if you live in the Southern California area and you were putting off this park like I did, I'd advise you to get off your ass and check it out because it is pretty fun. Number 11, Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. My favorite seaside park in the state is one that I only got to a couple weeks ago. This park is known for their iteration of the Giant Dipper wooden coaster, only this one is absolutely incredible. They also have some other standout attractions like their Undertow spinning coaster, various flat rides, and even some dark rides. Plus, the way the layout is set up is really strange. The park thought outside of the box since they were tight on space, so they basically built rides on top of each other in layers. Additionally, the park is located directly next to the beach, so if you ever need a second to unwind, feel free to take a walk, enjoy a picnic, or whatever you please. It's one of those few cases of a park with an energetic and relaxed atmosphere simultaneously, and that's something I really enjoyed about this place. Number 10, Legoland, California in Carlsbad. Our first recognizable chain park to make the list is unfortunately not meant for my audience. If I were a child and came here, which I actually did, I would have loved this park. They have so many attractions for younger guests to enjoy, but even a few that teenagers like myself can appreciate. Those include Emmett's Flying Theater, Ninjago the Ride, Dragon, and Lego Technic Coaster. Of course, they're all low-end thrills, but they are pretty fun. Otherwise, it is pretty easy to get bored here if you're in my age group, but it undeniably has its fair share of pros. I have to mention that it's a pretty park in most areas and has some excellent food, with my favorite being Granny's apple fries. Unless you can pull off free or discounted admission, it is very overpriced, so I'll let you determine whether you should visit based off of your interests. Number 9, Gilroy Gardens. Did you know that this park is operated by Cedar Fair? While it generally feels nothing like the other parks in the chain, it has certain characteristics that derive from the chain, and 9 out of 10 times they are good things. Aside from that, Gilroy Gardens is a park that's meant for families and kids, but even as a teenager, I really enjoyed my stay. Again, it's not the kind of place that I could see myself repeatedly coming back to, but it is a beautiful park with pretty gardens, landscaping, waterfalls, and so much more. Plus, there are 2 coaster credits, including the rare one-of-a-kind Morgan Mine Train Quicksilver Express. Another thing I loved about this park is its promise to retain a vegetable and garlic theme. Because the city of Gilroy is known for this, the park takes great pride in immersing itself into the farming and plant and vegetable kind of atmosphere. So all things considered, I had a really fun time here, and I would recommend it if you're taking a trip through Northern California. Number 8, SeaWorld San Diego. Alright, now we're at the Caliber Park, so you should absolutely make it a point to visit if you're in California. My home park may be the weakest major park in the SeaWorld chain, but it is absolutely beautiful and has some really enjoyable attractions. Of course, the shows and animals are there, but SeaWorld has really tried to get into that thrill ride market as of late. Manta, Journey to Atlantis, Electric Eel, and Emperor are all fan favorites amongst the general public, and Bayside Skyride and Shipwreck Rapids are some of the best rides of their kind in the country. I do think this park can improve in several areas, but a lot of these things are probably minor given that I come here every couple weeks. But considering its rapid growth, I'm very grateful to have this as my home park, especially because there's many worse options out there. Number 7, Six Flags Discovery Kingdom in Vallejo. Formerly known as Six Flags Marine World, this middle-of-the-road Six Flags park is what I'd envision a SeaWorld and Six Flags park to feel combined. The front half of the park looks absolutely fantastic and is where most of the rides can be found. The back half is where the animals are, but that factor aside, it is very ugly and the only relevant ride there is a Vekoma Boomerang. With the front half being the only section worth going to for thrill seekers, I do kind of vision this park to be a bit small. But my biggest gripe with Discovery Kingdom is how atrocious their operations are. Constant breakdowns, constant long lines, constant one-train ops, like this is not how you manage an amusement park. Luckily, the ride offerings do make up for this with attractions such as Joker, Medusa, Flash, and so much more. Basically, would I recommend coming here? Yes, but you gotta strategically plan your day and time of your visit to have a good experience, which in my opinion really should not be the case. Number 6, Universal Studios Hollywood in Universal City. Often the most slept-on Universal park, except for maybe the Singapore location, is oddly enough the one situated in America's entertainment capital. Universal Studios Hollywood is seriously lacking in roller coasters, but that's my only real complaint. Granted, it is a big one when you have rides like Flying Dinosaur and Velocicoaster in the same chain, but otherwise this park is great. It's got a perfectionist atmosphere, great shows, awesome dark rides, and good food offerings. Plus, one can't mention the studio tour when talking about Universal Hollywood. It's a behind-the-scenes attraction that gives you a closer look at the sets for movies and even miniature rides in itself. It's what really makes this park special and is the perfect complement to all of its other strengths. Yes, it's an expensive park, but generally speaking, you are getting the quality that you pay for. Universal Studios Hollywood is seriously underrated in the world of coaster enthusiasts, so if you enjoy dark rides and theming, definitely give it a fair shake. Number 5, California's Great America in Santa Clara. Northern California's thrill capital is an up-and-coming Cedar Fair park. A few years back, this park was only a fraction as good as it is today, but Cedar Fair has beefed it up so much to the point where it is now a must-visit in the state. The best reason to come here are for their top 2 roller coasters, Gold Striker and Railblazer. 2 very different experiences, but 2 elite world-class coasters. Otherwise, there's a great overall atmosphere and nightlife here, which was one of my favorite things about this park. I loved that there was almost a mix of modern with classic. It's just not something you see in many chain parks. So if you could only choose to visit one park in Northern California, it's gotta be this one. I really look forward to even more word to get out for how great this place is, because it really does deserve the praise it's gotten over recent years. Number 4, Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park. Slightly one up in California's Great America is another Cedar Fair park in the chain. This one feels completely different from Great America. Knott's is almost entirely a theme park. It's got an appearance, a vibe, and a ride lineup that really reflects it. And you know, when you have a chain strictly focusing on amusement parks, it's a really nice change of pace. I absolutely love some of this park's non-coaster rides almost as much as the coasters, honestly. Timber Mountain Log Ride and Calico Mine Ride are excellent, and the River Rapids and Berry Tails aren't to be missed either. But back to the Scream Machines, Ghost Rider, Accelerator, Hang Time, and Silver Bullet, just to name a few, all call Knott's Berry Farm home. This park has a great ride lineup with a magical atmosphere in some areas. Since Cedar Fair acquired Knott's in '97, they have really been treating it the way it should, to the point where it's now unarguably one of their flagship parks. Number 3, Disney's California Adventure in Anaheim. Heading to the Disneyland Resort is our second gate park and another park that's been treated great by its operator. When California Adventure first opened, people were comparing it to a Six Flags, which when you have Disney in your name is not a good look at all. With that being said, they really have changed gears since then, and now this place is amazing. They have an incredible collection of rides like Radiator Springs Racers, Soarin' Around the World, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Incredicoaster, just to name a few. In addition, this is a Disney park, so of course the atmosphere, operations, customer service, and everything that makes a park great is in tip-top shape here. Efficiency is key, but you never feel rushed, which I love. It's the kind of park where you can really take your time to enjoy yourself, as long as you don't have to park hop, which in that case you'll probably be wanting to spend a lot of your time in the castle park. But as a whole, it's commendable how Disney has transformed this place over time, and it really does seem to have a bright future. I can't wait to see it unravel. Number 2, Six Flags Magic Mountain in Valencia. The chain's crown jewel, in my opinion, is the closest park in the world to Cedar Point. A lot of Magic Mountain's pros often go unnoticed by coaster enthusiasts, but one that doesn't is the coaster collection. This park single-handedly has 19, soon to be 20 roller coasters, which is more than any other amusement park on Earth. I won't even try to name them all like I've done in past videos because it ends up just sounding like gibberish. All you need to know is that no matter what coaster you choose to ride, it's almost always going to be great quality. Otherwise, this park is surprisingly beautiful for a Six Flags. Its landscaping is above average, and its environment is pretty nice actually. Plus, Magic Mountain has some good food spots, nice employees, and better operations than what you'd expect. All of these are things that can be kind of hit or miss when it it comes to Six Flags parks. But away from the minor details, I have to reiterate again that you've got to come here if you're a thrill seeker. They really do have one of the best roller coaster collections and really ride collections out there, so I think every single one of you watching should make it a point to visit this place at some point in your life. And coming in at the number 1 spot is Scandia, Sacramento, the best theme park in all of California.
No hooded sweatshirts.
No hooded sweatshirts.
No
pants must be pulled up.
No.
Just kidding, this park is The true number 1 spot, in my opinion, is Disneyland. Basically, take all the best qualities of the other Disney parks like California Adventure and beef it up further. For rides, again, I'm not even going to try listing them off. There is something for everyone, and the highest quality stuff can be found here. There's also the world's best operations with the fastest moving lines anywhere, top-class customer service, fantastic food, and the park is gorgeous. And complementing the appearance is also top-tier theming and immersion that in my eyes put the cherry on top of this park. I don't think there's anything I would do to improve Disneyland other than to make it cheaper so that I could afford to go more often. But honestly, the price tag of $100 per day isn't unreasonable in this case. You are literally paying for the utmost quality theme park experience and possibly the best park in North America. Not every aspect of this place will be for everyone, especially if you like thrills and nothing else, but as time has progressed, this park has continued to grow on me further and further. Trust me, Disney was not joking when they said that this was the happiest place on earth. Oh, California, I may get sick of living here sometimes, but boy am I spoiled by your theme parks. I really should be grateful to have all these places close to home. My state has so many places to satisfy all appetites, which is something I really appreciate as a theme park and coaster enthusiast. With that being said, let me know down in the comments how you'd rank your parks in California. Also, if you could do me the favor of liking this video and subscribing to the channel, that would be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed today's content, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.